welcome to another exciting episode of the Outfield Show. This afternoon, I catch up with leg spinning sensation from Nepal, Sandeep Labichani. Sandeep, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's get straight into it. Talk about how you were discovered, who discovered you, and where it was.
So it's a long back story. It was 2014 when I first started playing cricket for my club, Chitwan Cricket Club, and where my coach Raju Khadka, he helped me a lot there how to improve as a cricketer. And then luckily I got a chance to meet Pugudu Dasanaika, who was a former coach of Nepal cricket team. He came to Chitwan where our cricket club is situated, and then he saw me there bowling in the nets, and then he straight away picked me to the national camp.
Nice story, nice story. I've noticed you around the hotel the last couple of days at the ground. You're a very happy-go-lucky kind of character. Is that something that you take with you onto the field?
Yeah, I think as being a cricketer, you will have to enjoy every moment, and the more you enjoy, the more your success you're gonna get in your life. And the most important thing, how you jelly with everyone, how you get jelly with everyone, and how you behave and how you enjoy all the particular moments, even in loss and even in while you're winning the games. That shows how you are, how mentally tough you are.
Let's talk about your first T20 experience. It was the Hong Kong Blitz. How, as a young man, did you handle the pressures of having to deal with the big league and some of the world's top cricketers?
Exactly, it was a dream come true kind of thing for me, because someone who's playing for Nepal, and there you don't get a lot of opportunities and exposure except playing for country. And then suddenly I got a call from Scott McKechnie, who is a good friend of mine from Hong Kong, and he called me to play for Hong Kong Blitz, and he told me, you know what, Michael Clarke is also playing for the same club.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, oh my God, that's gonna be a fantastic tournament for me, because there would be lots of, as everybody know, Michael Clarke, he plays spin really well, and I can get a lot of information about spin bowling from him as well. So yeah, I was there was a lot of excitement inside me during that.
And playing against somebody, alongside the likes of Michael Clarke, did you feel you were a little bit out of your bubble, or did you feel you could embrace that opportunity, get to talk to people, get to learn?
Yeah, every time, whenever I went to field, or I'm still going to the field, that the only thing I always keep repeating is that's the best opportunity. Just grab this opportunity and keep playing like this. This is your last game, and just live the life like you just started your life.
Soon after that, the IPL came calling. What kind of feeling did you have inside after you finally signed the papers, got picked for the team, and knew you were going to be playing in the biggest league in the world?
Yeah, we were in Dubai, and we were practicing for World Cricket League World Cricket League Division 2. So we were practicing in Dubai, and I got to know about it from our cricket manager Raman Shivapati. He was running all the way from the one end of ICC Academy to the other end, and he was saying Sandeep was selected for Delhi Daredevils, now Delhi Capital. So everybody so happy to get that news. Somebody from Nepal is going to the franchise league, and the biggest franchise league in the world, and so that was so excited with me.
Nepal obviously still up and coming. You guys have just become a one-day nation, and you've been part of the team now for a few years. How important do you think the role you play, being a spinner that is very different, mystery in a certain sense, and we haven't seen many of that coming out of Nepal? What role do you feel you've got to play, especially for young and up-and-coming spinners in Nepal?
I think you get the opportunities. You grab those opportunities, and you become a successful person in your life, and then you get you're known as a role model for other people. And I think I got fascinated by a lot of Nepalese players who played in past and who is still playing for Nepal. And then I always love to watch them, how do they behave, how do they go through their routine, and what is their work ethic every day. So that's the smallest thing. If you learn from each and every one, that makes you a best person in the team, and then you become a role model for everyone. And I think it's the best opportunity for me. I'm getting those exposures and getting that experience that I can share with everyone back home, and where people who are really crazy about cricket, they can learn something.
Do you have any examples of these young up-and-coming cricketers that we can look forward to in Nepal colours in the future?
I think the guys who just started their career like 2 or 3 years back, including me, still I'm in a learning phase, and then like Dipendra Eri, Sompal, who has been senior of us, and then Kushal Malla and Rohit Paudel, Pawan Saraf, Arif, and everybody like who just started their career right now. They are big expect for Nepal cricket. Talking about the youngster who just made their debut like Ishan Pandey, he can be a big expect for Nepal cricket in future. And just we have to look what our seniors are doing and what their routines, and we have to follow all those things, and then we can share all the examples and we can share the experience as well with each other, so that because we all know finally at the end of the day we have to improve our skills, and we have to reach to the next level of cricket.
We talked about all these leagues that you play in, and you're blessed to be able to do that. How important is the knowledge that you learn from there, rubbing shoulders with some of the world's top cricketers? How important is passing that back onto players in the team and even just youngsters in the nation coming up in the cricket circles?
I think we have got some limited things in back home, and then whatever we have, we are happy with that. But having said that, we are not getting those opportunities and exposure that I'm getting right now. So I'm thinking about all the players, if they get all the exposures and experience and opportunities, they can do like a lot of good things in their cricket career. So whenever I go to any cricket franchise league, whether it's IPL, BBL, CPL or anywhere in the world, it's good to like whenever you play franchise league, the biggest advantage of playing franchise league, you get to know about different players. You sit with different players. You get knowledge from different coaches, and you get all the information, and you can pass those information to your own nation players. And that's the beauty of franchise league, that you get a lot of exposure, and you pass all those experience to our players, where we have just limited things to do, limited we don't even have good infrastructure, so where we can play freely. So those are the things that can build a team which can play in the next level.
I notice you've got the whole sleeve going on here with the tattoo, Sandeep. Care to share what this is all about?
It's still not done.
Yeah.
So when I'm going back to Nepal, and I'll get it done like full sleeve. And it's something like good luck, I mean, like Maori in South African side. So that's it's just like that. And this one is like, the karma, whatever you do will come back to you. So this one is based on that.
Very quick, few ones to finish. Most prized wicket and why?
Sorry?
Most prized wicket, favorite wicket?
Most favorite wickets so far in T20s or T20s?
In T20s.
T20s, I think so far Universe Boss.
I would expect that. Favorite ground?
Favorite ground, I've got 2 of my Lords and MCG, Melbourne Cricket Club. Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Favorite holiday destination?
Maldives.
I like the Maldives myself, actually. And finally, girlfriend or married?
That's a top secret.
I like that. Thank you very much. Enjoy. We'll see you in a couple of days' time. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the leg spinning sensation from Nepal in this episode, Sandeep Lamichan. With the Indian Association ground here in Singapore, and I've managed to catch up with the Nepal captain, Paras. Paras, first of all, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Born on the 24th of October, 1987.
Yeah.
Tell us where this cricket dream started.
I think I actually didn't want to become a cricketer, honestly, when I was young. Although I loved playing the game and watched cricket since I was very young. Started from school, we used to have this inter-school cricket tournaments, but never had this dream of playing for the country. It was just pure passion for sports. You played football during the rainy season, and then you played cricket during the other, seasons. So it was just about, enjoying the game, following the game on TV, trying to emulate bowling actions of different players, then batting. stances and all those sorts. So it started very young, and it's just started growing like one after another.
You talk about emulating different players. Anybody you looked up to in particular at the time?
I personally haven't had any idols as such, but I followed the Australian cricket team. I mean, like the way they've been very competitive with how they play them. Watch players like Sachin Tendulkar, Brian Lara growing up, McGrath, Shane Warne. You had Alan Donald, like running up with his white, mark on his nose and all those sorts. So just all these were cricketing. I wouldn't call them idols, but somebody you looked up to.
And how difficult has it been for you coming from an up-and-coming country like Nepal to make an international career out of the game and make a name for yourself internationally?
I never thought we'd come this far, honestly speaking, because we had this whole dream and we had this passion that we want to, reach at the highest level. And last year when we got ODI status, I think that was when that would be one of the penultimate goals that personally as well as a collective team we had in our mind. And even before that, we had this dream of playing the World Cup when we made it to the 2014 World Cup 2020 in Bangladesh. That was a major factor, growing up. But it wasn't such that we take this up as profession and we will be professional cricketers. But we've come a far way from where we were.
You have indeed, and you talk about this journey that you guys have had. Tell us about the journey from coming from an ICC Division 5 team, I think, to now having one-day international status.
Obviously, a lot of ups and downs through the various divisions. There were times when we played the World Cricket League Division 5, 4-3-2. It's a matter of one bad day, and it could mean end of careers, end of dreams, end of everything. And we had that up and down cycle where we're like, if we lose, there were times when I thought like, if we lose this division, we'd probably end up stop playing. And there are times when if you win this, what's going to happen? And so that's how the whole journey's been. And it was just a matter of grinding it out, pushing yourself. Associate cricket is not easy because there isn't much except for the love for the game. Only a few countries are doing well in terms of how they have professionalized the sport. So for us, from Division 5 to ODI country, the only positive, I'll probably say our biggest positive would probably be the kind of support that we get off the field. There's massive fan following, and since the 2014 T20 World Cup, a lot of people have started to invest into our cricket, structures as such. So it's been amazing. I mean, to come to where we are today from that kind of a cricketing background, most people and most teams and most people. It's not the best of environment for you to, excel. But as cricketers, I think we have managed to exceed expectations.
Positive news to hear, especially about investing in the game, because as an up-and-coming country, that's obviously something that you need. But just this period that you've talked about, going through the ICC cricket leagues, etc., you've been the longest-serving captain for Nepal cricket. How do you deal with the pressures of captaining a cricket-crazy nation?
Just going out there and performing. I think before you're a captain, you've been chosen as a player first who is representing your country, and your first and foremost priorities would be to go out there and win matches. So that has always been my first and foremost, goal as a player. And then as a captain, of course, it's added responsibility. Expectations have grown tenfolds. People expect us to, play like any other cricketer in the world. Like they want results like any other cricketing nation. And it's been hard, but having said that, I think the positives are more than the negatives. Why? Because this is something that we chose on our own, where nobody forced us to play cricket. But having gone through this whole journey, we've come so far where, as cricketers, we can proudly say that we have somehow made a mark in international cricket. But I believe Nepal cricket has a brighter future. I think there are things slowly happening where there are people who are ready to support, and there are keen investors out there who want to help and sustain this game. The government is very, very supportive now. So if we get all these resources soon, I think we could become a full-fledged cricket nation because we have the fans, we have the talent. I mean, some of our players are playing all over the world, and so it's just a matter of putting the structure in place, and with that, we should be able to do even better in coming years.
Let's talk about more recent times. Earlier in the year, you were the first Nepal batsman to get a one-day international 100. A couple of evenings ago, wonderful innings that I witnessed, the first to get a T20 international 100. How important were those achievements for you in your development as a captain and as a leader? And if you could just talk to us a little bit about those innings.
The most important thing was those runs had to be converted into the team's victory, which eventually happened. I think even if you score runs and the team doesn't, it really doesn't matter. So for me, both the cases, I think these are records where I didn't have in my mind that I'd go out there to break a certain kind of a record as such. As a cricketer, I think most cricketers are going out there just trying to do the best on that particular day to help your team win. And there are days when things come off well for you, and there's just one of those days, a couple of days ago, when everything seemed to hit the middle of the bat, and I just backed myself, followed my instinct. And it's also to do with how you train, how you prepare yourself. So far so good. But like I said, this is just the beginning of the journey for Nepal cricket. I think we're a young, fresh ODI nation. So hopefully we can maintain this status for a while and keep pushing ourselves. There will be a lot of records that will be broken in future.
Let's talk about the current triseries and just moving forward from here. You go to Oman where you play against a couple of other senior teams, Ireland being one of them. How important are these kind of series for teams like yourselves in Singapore to be brushing shoulders with the elite of world cricket and some of the more experienced sides?
That's how you learn. As a cricketer, you only become better when you play against better opponents, better cricketers, and it's about adapting to different situations. And for us, it's an opportunity to make a mark as well. So if we want to, rub shoulders with the so-called big boys of cricket, we'll have to start doing well at your level and start beating teams, that are slightly above you. So we're in this stage where, as an ODI country, we need to, become the best at where we are today for us to challenge the bigger test-playing countries. And Ireland and Afghanistan have been one of those prime examples where they have done well in ICC events where they managed to beat, like big teams, and that way, at their level, they managed to become the best in associate cricket. So that's how the transformation began. For us, we would like to take up the same challenge where we become the best at this level, and then take things forward. So opportunities like this will definitely help us prepare. If the results come in our favor, send a message across as well that we are slowly but steadily coming up the ranks.
Well, you certainly are doing that. You've been part of the Nepal cricket team and set up for a long time. What do you think, in your opinion, Nepal cricket needs to do to continue with their ascendancy in international cricket and be a household name?
Cricket's a household name back home already in terms of viewership. There are a lot of people who follow the game, but for the game to sustain and players to keep performing at this level, we need to first prioritize what's important. I've always felt, and I think there's no hiding, that your players, your current group of players, should be a center of the universe where you revolve around everything that you need to help the team perform. So probably now we have recently had elections as well. So with that, cricket management should look forward to setting up contracts for our players, getting that exposure where players go out there and play regular cricket, set our domestic cricket up where there's regular cricket being played at under 15s, under 16s, with our women's cricket team as well. We've been doing well with limited sources. So all of these things, if you can put that into place, there's enough talent to sustain itself. But talent alone won't help, because we're at this level where there could be 3, 4 very good talented players performing, but if you don't perform as a team, the end results will not be in your favor. It has to be such that the whole system has an amazing talent pool of cricketers who are ready to shine at the international level, and for that you need to back these players up. And if we can have that structure in place, Nepal cricket will be heard and seen for a very long time.
You talked about the beginning of your career, what's happening now in international cricket for Nepal. Not saying that you're old, but have you thought about life after cricket?
Obviously, cricket's been the most integral part of my life, where it's given almost everything that I would have ever dreamed of. I've never thought that I'd be playing for my country, but having got this opportunity, I've tried to be as honest as possible and as determined as possible to help my country prosper. So I would definitely be in the cricket system one way or the other. As a cricketer right now, you're trying to prove to yourself that you're good enough to go out there and perform and win matches for your country. That's all you can do for as long as you play. And besides that, I think the rest is up to how things unfold. But for me personally, it'll somehow or the other, I will definitely be involved with Nepal cricket.
That's good to hear. And just before we wrap up, is there anything that you want to tell the fans that they don't know about Paras Khadka?
I mean, our fans have always been our biggest strength. Keep faith in us. I think we have a very young team. Sometimes with young teams, you need to be patient. The results always don't underline what and how the team can function and how the team is. So if we can keep pushing ourselves, I believe this team is really going to do well in the coming years. But it's about, getting the support from everybody, and our fans have always been very loyal, very supportive. Just make sure that we keep this thing going where we support our cricketers, and as cricketers, I'm sure every cricketer that has represented our country and who are playing right now have given their best and will give whatever they have to help their country with.
Right, Paras, thank you very much for your time. I know you've got a training practice to get to. All the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in a couple of days.
Cheers.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Paras Khadka, the captain of Nepal cricket.
You don't often get an opportunity to travel halfway across the world to talk to Zimbabwean cricketers, long-time servants in the world of cricket. So what do when they come to your part of the world? You make sure you do everything possible to get some time, even if it's an off day. So here we are in humid Singapore on a wonderful Monday afternoon. The captain, the newly appointed captain of Zimbabwe, Sean Williams, with me. This is going to be pretty fun. Sean, pleasure having you. Welcome to Singapore once again. I've said this a couple of times. I was with you in the commentary box. Tell us how these 2 days in Singapore have been.
No, thank you for having me. It's been marvellous arriving here in Singapore. Obviously, it's my first time coming across here. A couple of my teammates have been here before, told me a few stories. We have a couple of friends that are living across here. So, yeah, I still haven't had much time to get around and do some stuff, but I'm looking forward to when I get the chance to.
And the tournament so far been pretty good?
I think it's been an exceptional tournament. Obviously, the ground is very small, so it makes cricket really tough to play on there. Obviously, losing to Singapore last night was a tough pill to swallow, but as it goes, the cricket is cricket, and that's how it's played. And it's also good to see that teams like that are starting to level out with the rest of the world. So it's good to see.
All right, so we obviously know Sean Williams. He's been playing cricket for 14 years for the national squad. It's not often you get an opportunity to do that. So we'll come to the cricket. Sean, I really want to talk to you and get to know the Sean Williams off the field. I was doing my research. I obviously did my homework before I came here. You come from a long line of sportsmen in your family. Your father, your mother, your brothers, and you are either first-class cricketers, national cricketers, or have represented Zimbabwe in hockey. Wow! How often does that happen, and how did that happen?
Well, obviously it started, I think, way back when I was a little boy. Actually, before I was even born, my mom started playing hockey under her mom and her dad. So, and her brothers as well pushed her quite hard. I think, stand me to be corrected, but both my uncles have played for Zimbabwe hockey as well.
There you go, if you just want to add more onto that list.
And my mum obviously is a golden girl in the 1980 Olympics for Zimbabwe. So that was the Olympics was held in Moscow. So
is it like, when there's someone born in the Williams family, the first thing that they do is put them onto the cricket field or the hockey field?
That's exactly what it's like there. Yeah. So it's quite proud actually to have family members like that. And obviously, being a cricketer myself and being in a professional environment, it's nice to have them around, because obviously family is number one, and obviously they're the most important thing for me in my life. Because obviously before I started playing cricket for Zimbabwe, they were there for me through thick and thin, and they are still there for me through thick and thin. So, family first, and they're the first people I go to if I'm struggling with the bat, or if I'm struggling with the ball, if I'm missing home, or whatever it may be. They're the people I go to. Yes, we have our coaches and all that kind of stuff, but my mom, my dad, my brothers, my wife now, my soon-to-be child in March next year. We've got a very nice, tight-knit family, so, yeah.
I was going to get to that, and you're going to be a father very soon. So you've had a few developments in the recent past, Sean, getting appointed as the captain of the Zimbabwean cricket team, and more importantly, a big development back home personally as well. You're going to be, Sean Williams is going to be a father very soon, so congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, exciting times both on and off the field. I actually don't know where to start. I get goosebumps when we talk about the child on its way. So, yeah, just missing my wife, obviously. I'm sure me being away a lot could be tough for us, but, it is what it is. It's my job, and she got married to a cricketer, so that's something to expect.
Talk to us about cricket and what it's meant to you. You've obviously represented Zimbabwe for a decade and a half now, and that is a long period of time. Not many get the opportunity to do something like that. How special has this game been for you, and what has these 14 years meant to you?
Yeah, it's meant everything to me. Obviously, we've had our ups and downs in cricket, and obviously I've had my ups and downs as well. But to play for that amount of time and still be able to give something back to the game is a really big thing. And I'm hoping to continue for a little bit longer if possible. I feel like I've still got some time to give to the younger guys. Obviously, being captain of the team now, it comes with a lot of
added responsibility.
Yeah. So, obviously, I'm going to have to give a little bit more time to cricket now, starting to get closer towards the end of my career. So, I would just like to try and push across the line and finish with a smile and make sure that I have left making a difference.
So, the first thing that comes out of your mouth when you get out for a duck?
Can't say.
All right. The one thing that we don't know about Sean Williams.
Very temperamental.
Very temperamental. I'm going to add something to that, by the way. Sean apparently has broken a few bats after he's gotten out once he gets back into the dressing room. So that's what he's referring to as temperamental, right? All right. Android or Apple?
Apple.
Apple. Ah, damn it. Okay. One thing, if you have the magic wand, the one thing that you would change in this world? I told you I'm going to stump him.
I think I've been stumped.
Yeah? But, yeah, go ahead. The subject that you hated the most in school?
Maths.
Maths. Not surprising. Favorite place to play cricket?
England.
In England. Favorite holiday destination?
Kariba.
Caribbean? Okay.
Kariba.
Oh, Kariba. Okay. Virat Kohli or Steven Smith?
Virat Kohli.
Virat Kohli. Your all-time favorite batsman?
AB.
AB de Villiers. We're all AB fans, aren't we? Favorite bowler?
I have to say Murli.
Murli? You faced him, yeah?
I have, yes.
Yeah. You're a left-hander. If you had three things that I will always find in your pocket.
Smokes. A lighter.
Okay.
And money.
And money. Okay, fair enough. Sean Williams in his free time.
Fishing.
Okay.
Guiding. Well, not guiding, but in Metopus. Or sunsets.
Unfortunately, there's not much of fishing you can do here in Singapore, though.
No.
Favorite food?
I'm going to have to go with the traditional sadza in Zimbabwe.
Is that Zimbabwean cuisine?
Yes,
yeah?
it is.
Awesome. All right. And your biggest inspiration on the cricket field?
There's a few. I would say Chris Gale, AB de Villiers, and Brendan Taylor.
Brendan Taylor. All right, fantastic. Like I said, you did pretty well, Sean. You certainly did. I just want to take this time to say a big thank you for coming over to Singapore. We're getting a treat to watch you guys play. We don't often get that opportunity. And congratulations on becoming a father and representing Zimbabwe with the captain's cap as well. So all the very best for everything that's lined up, Sean. And we hope to see a lot more of you in the future.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Sean.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you. That's about it. And we're going to see you plenty more of Zimbabwean cricket for sure with 3 days left in the Singapore Tri-Nations.
and doubles in between those boundaries they're looking for. That's
He
nicely
adjusted.
played.
Just himself beautiful.
People sending goodwill messages to the team for the upcoming series. The great shot.
Good contact this time. 6 runs. Short straight boundaries.
Now that the skipper may well think to turn back to some seam bowling. Where's that gone? 4. Where's that
Big
gone?
one. Take that. 6 more from Paraskatka. 6 more once again.
Gone. Straight back over the top for 6.
Going once again. Goes over long on. 6 more. Well, it continues, doesn't it? It doesn't matter, like I said. Attempt at it now. Here we go. There you go. Big one. Century for Paraskatka. Up comes the bat from the captain of Nepal. And boy, oh boy, has he sent a statement to Singapore. We knew it the second he stepped on.